The Scorpio Man, Sexuality. A man born under the sign of Scorpio is ruled by his genitals. He is passionate, emotional and unpredictable. Basically he is determined by his desires, and to quench it, he takes on any challenge. He jumps over every obstacle. He also does not think about consequences. Let others call him an heartless Don Juan, this opinion does not mirror his restless search for sexual adventures. It is easy to understand why people are attracted to him like steel filings to a magnet. They respond to his almost hypnotic sensuality. He seems to have so much energy that he is glowing. It surrounds him like a nimbus, anywhere he goes. However, for a woman it can be dangerous to come too close to a Scorpio man. His smoldering sexuality could explode unexpectedly. He can hardly control himself. Restraint is a word that he may not know. Whoever wants a flirt without taking the consequences, should stay away from this man. He should carry a sign reading, "Warning, high voltage," around his neck. A love affair with him can result in maximum heights of passion or in corruption. A woman who is desired by a Scorpion man can either be completely happy or has a lot to worry about. There is not much in between. Nothing will discourage him from the pursuit of his goal. He is a victim of his own desires. During lovemaking, he can be a fiery partner who revels in everything exciting. If she wants cannot be conquered by him, he literally does all that is in his power, will take any risk, stops at nothing to get her. The Scorpio man never forgets kindness, and will never forgive an insult. If he is hurt, he meditates solely for revenge. His relationships usually mix strife with discord, and at times he may be violent. He creates enemies too easily, but lets them be on guard against him. In any conflict, he is an enemy from whom men must take heed. He is fierce, stubborn and resentful. Who has to do with a Scorpio must be prepared to make extraordinary efforts to keep the peace. Compassion is not for the Scorpio, nor is compromise. You will better think about it twice before challenging him to a fight, because he fights all fights as if they were for life or death. In an argument he puts everything in. He plays all or nothing, to hell with the loser. His motives seem to be complicated and mysterious. This is because his personality has a hidden, secret side. He is dynamic and overbearing, but very loyal to his friends. He wants to be independent, but needs a person to whom he can lean. Although himself being unstable and emotional, he despises weakness in others. He tends to waste his energy in pleasure, acts heads over heels and often becomes addicted to alcohol or drugs. But after all, he will have it much more easy than others to overcome addiction, because he usually has tremendous willpower and determination. Work is important to him. He loves vigorous physical activity. Even more, he has an unusual ability to focus, a very lively imagination, paired with great courage and initiative. Such qualities literally mean success. He is also practical in financial matters. No one can persuade him to speculation, and he cannot be cheated on. He goes after his problems with lightning speed, whereupon he beats them off his head. Sometimes the problem then is not completely solved yet. In matters of the heart he does not admit a no. He expects his partner to fully submit to his needs. If she doesn't, he cuts her out of his life mercilessly. Scorpio men can be deceitful, selfish and unscrupulous. These bad traits appear when the Scorpio is after sexual experiences. In his view, passion has its own laws. Scorpios can be found among the ruthless sex-obsessed. An insatiable bedfellow. He strives for domination, for complete mastery of libido and emotions. For the Scorpio, sex is a game that offers him greatest chances of success. Although he enjoys hunting, he is solely interested in women who are coveted by others. You can make a Scorpio wild with jealousy, but do this at your own risk. Domineering and aware of his power to subjugate women, his passion can seduce him to brutality. so watch out. In bed. He is lustful and has a magical aura. Blessed with piercing gaze. His eyes are almost magnetic and draw a woman's attention. He is here to hunt. The challenge to win a woman is what he is interested in. The woman may not make it too easy for him. In the end, there is a reward. She can expect to get more in bed than she had expected. He knows the female anatomy and has a vibrant erotic imagination. Barriers do not exist for him, and he does not tolerate prudery. Each gathering will provide the highest level of bliss. His energy is insatiable. It starts with the high C and downplays the whole gamut. From the first kiss, his lover will notice that he is serious. He goes straight for his goal. He is not concerned with technical finesse. He just wants to satisfy his uncontrollable, unconditional desire. His overriding needs are obvious. He is like an avalanche falling down on you. Women who want to be dominated, like that very much. Women who feel his possessive nature to be aggressive, will better be on their way for good. His credo in bed also is all or nothing. He has to fully master a woman. Causing pain may excite him. During foreplay he knows no squeamishness. Maybe his partner ends up with some bruises. If she endures the pain, it means submission. To him, she is one instrument more to satisfy his lust for power. He revels in the idea that there are women who secretly would love to be sexually assaulted and physically overwhelmed. But that does not mean he would rape a woman. Maybe he finds a match who consents to his primal fantasies. He is notorious for his persistence and intensity. In most cases, the woman is done before him, because his raw sexual energy seems to be limitless. Cooling ointment for sore delicate body parts should be ready at all times. He does not like teachings on the art of love. To ask questions about it means sexual ignorance or inferiority, and no real Scorpio would ever plead guilty to that. The Scorpio man is enjoying some strange practices. He experimented with anything that might make his experience unforgettable. So he is not averse to little helpers, from aphrodisiacs to sexy toys. His latent violence can become unpleasant. He has a strong tendency to become paranoid when he feels rejected. Because it gives him pleasure to inflict pain, this can easily lead to sadistic practices. He can go pretty far with this, because nothing gives the Scorpio more pleasure than to mix joy with pain. Women should be careful. He knows to distinguish between love and sex very well. One should never hope that a simple affair with him would become a permanent liaison. He has sovereign control over his feelings. Now this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Scorpio men in bed. If you're serious about discovering what really turns on a guy like this, you'd have to learn about a Scorpio man's sextrology to get a deeper understanding of his true desires. That's why I recommend you read Anna Kovacs' Scorpio Man Secrets and gain a completely new outlook on your Scorpio man. Anna offers a lot of tips and tricks especially for your communication with him, because that is where the magic happens. You have to communicate with him right to make him yours. Find out how you can wrap him around your finger with subtle actions and words that speak directly to his soul. Anna does in fact reveal secrets, and goes into much more detail than I do here. So if you're really interested in a Scorpio man, you should read on here. Scorpio Man Secrets. The price for this guide may seem a bit steep on first glance, but I assure you it is going to be well worth the investment. Not only does Anna put great care into her ebooks, she also fills them with eye-opening perspectives that you might miss out on. I've not seen an ebook on Scorpio men like that before. I recommend you check out her guide. Buy it and with Anna's advice have more control and understanding in the relationship than you would ever have without it. I'm really becoming a fan of hers. Read it, you won't regret. To the contrary, her insights put you in a place of power. Best of all, the sexual psychology she teaches works almost too well. Make sure you really want the man before using this stuff though. He might quickly become obsessed with you. Remember that patience and restraint are not virtues of the Scorpio man.